out of the water, it's the best.
I did that with my uncle in the Bahamas in the early 70s.
Really?
He was that guy. He was a master surgeon. So we spent all day in the hospital with open bodies trying to heal them. And then we would take a tiny little sailboat to the Bahamas and fish and swim and live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a cool experience that must have been.
It was. He was a badass. He was a big barrel-chested badass and not afraid of sharks. I had seen Jaws. Show me a shark this big and I'm just running over the top of the water to escape. And we were on the island of Bimini, which is just a little sliver of an island out in the Atlantic. Crystal clear water. And one day a hurricane was coming. And his job was to take his tiny motorboat and pull a huge sailboat out of the harbor so that it could get to the ocean before the hurricane arrived, because that sailboat needed to get to Florida. It's raining. The seas are high, and he's in a small motorboat, and he's going to pull with a rope the boat out of the harbor. And I was like, I'm coming. He's like, you are not coming, 11-year-old Tony. I was like, no, I'm coming on this trip. I'm going to help. So my aunt sanctioned little Tony getting on the boat. When we pull this racing sailboat out of the harbor into the ocean, which is raging with massive waves. And we got a wave coming up over our bow, which sent us vertical. And the sailboat got a wave pushing its nose down, which pulled our stern underwater.
Oh, shit.
And it was my time to go moment. I was like, God, whoever you are, whatever you are, I feel a little bit young to be checking out right now. I mean, is this what you had in mind, honestly? And as I'm having my time to leave this earth moment, my uncle grabbed a machete and went underwater and cut that rope. And we popped out like a cork.
Whoa.
He floored the engine, which sent most of the water out of the boat, and everything was fine.
Wow, he knew his shit.
He knew his shit, but this is the guy that also taught me how to like pull big fish out of the ocean and, in theory, not be afraid of sharks.
That must have been an amazing experience to be 11 and have that happen.
So he had been to war. He had done the whole thing. And as he grew older, he told that story. He says, that was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in all my days. I wouldn't tell this to my nephew, but it was curtains. We were done.
Whoa.
Chuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
My parents lived on a sailboat for a couple years. Right after they retired.
That's ballsy.
Yeah, they were like, they didn't even have a lot of experience on boats either. They just decided to learn how to sail, and they lived in the Bahamas. They lived in the Florida Keys. They just decided to live. They even just fucking drifted around in that sailboat, went to different places.
You ever think about it?
No. Fuck that. That's not me, man. I enjoy fishing. I enjoy being on the water. I love the ocean. But if I was going to live somewhere wild, I would live in the mountains for sure. For sure.
You ever think about just taking that one-time circumnavigation of the globe in a sailboat?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Why?
Fuck that. It's just it's just not attractive to me. I respect it. I appreciate it. It's beautiful. But to be contained on a small wooden vessel bouncing around at the mercy of the waves and the way the moon affects the tides, and fuck off.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. Look, a lot of people would say fuck off about the mountains too. I mean, I'm not judging.
Yeah.
Just for me, that's the vibe that I love. I love this. Ready? Nothing. That silence that you get in the mountains when you're like sitting on top of a peak and you're overlooking these valleys and you don't hear shit except maybe a bird or, a snap of a branch because an animal's running through. That to me is the most centering and the most peaceful. And it's just like something that like there's a vibration of being in the wilderness that puts me at ease. Things make sense when I'm up there. That I like.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah. The
It's also-
ocean can eat shit.
Well,
The ocean can go fuck off.
when it comes to being in the middle of the ocean, I share this sentiment.
Yes.
On the edges, I'll take it all day.
The edges are gorgeous. I'm only kidding. I love it.
What's-
Like I said, if I was going to live in California, I would live in Malibu. We